Hi, it's Sunny. Welcome to my second video here on Sunny Sundries. Today I would like to talk about a topic which has been haunting me for quite a while now, and I would like to get this off my mind. It's about this. The Hasbro HeroQuest base set, currently priced at $135. I think they started with $125, and most of you will say, now, what's wrong with that? Technically, there's nothing. I really like HeroQuest. I used to play it with my friends back in '89 when it was first released. We also enjoyed Space Crusade. Some of you might know it as StarQuest, at least in Germany it was named as StarQuest. And I think it had been a good idea to re-release HeroQuest. I would also appreciate a re-release of Space Crusade, aka StarQuest. Yet that would also require Games Workshop to cooperate regarding the licensing. However, they released Keller's Keep and Return of the Witch Lord, the old expansions, as well as new ones called The Mage of the Mirror and The Frozen Horror. So it's really nice to see that they do not only re-release the old stuff, but also add something new to it. So what are the issues I have with this? First thing is that the base set, as well as the old expansions, have not yet been released at Hasbropulse EU or European Union. That means in Europe, customers have to find a local or online retailer who still has those items, the game system as well as the old expansions, still in stock. However, my real issue with it is that Hasbro had a way better offer for customers 2 years ago in 2020, namely their crowdfunding project at Haslab for HeroQuest, which unfortunately was only available for US citizens and citizens of Canada, except for Quebec. There were two kinds of pledges or offers, the Heroic tier and the Mythic tier. The Heroic tier included the base set as well as 4 extra figures of inverted sex, meaning female barbarian, female dwarf, female wizard, female elf, as well as an extra hero, Sir Ragnar, and the new 3D sculpted dungeon decor, which are also included in the sets you can buy at retail, except for maybe the skulls and rats. But it is with the Mythic tier that things get truly interesting. For $150, Hasbro offered all the aforementioned items, plus both expansions and the unlocks. And speaking of unlocks, they were not just 4 unlocks. No, not 8, not 12. No, 16 unlocks. Featuring new heroes, extra monster miniatures, and additional quest books. All of them presented right at start. With the highlight being the quest book by Joe Manganiello and the dragon miniature. Nothing was kept in secrecy like Hasbro does with their current project. Now, with the crowdfunding project, Hasbro accumulated about $3.7 million. And although the final 2 unlocks weren't reached, Hasbro included them anyway. Now, I wonder who had the brilliant idea at Hasbro to completely neglect the overseas market for this item, the European market in particular. And since Hasbro is a multi-billion-dollar company with overseas branches, this should be easily feasible. Now, some of you might argue that Europe might be a too small market. Let's do a comparison then. The US population currently is at about 332 million people. We can add another 30 million Canadians. Wait, why only 30 million, you would say now, because the total population of Canada is currently at 38.2, 38.3, but, well, Quebec, which has about 8.5 million inhabitants, had been excluded due to language regulations of Quebec. I think the state demands that every product also contains French language. In total, about 362 million potential customers were able to participate in the crowdfunding. Let's compare these numbers now to Europe. Combined total of France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and the United Kingdom is at approximately 24.5 million, which is damn close to United States already. But those 5 are only among the largest populations of Europe. That is why I also add all the smaller Western European countries, like the Netherlands, Belgium, Ireland, Austria, Switzerland. I excluded the Eastern European countries like Poland and Hungary because I do not know how strong of a market they are or how interesting they are for Hasbro. But those smaller countries of Western Europe add up to another 102 million people. So now we're looking at 427 million potential customers who were left out at the crowdfunding. And another pool of approximately 31 million people would have been the Australians and New Zealanders who are part of the Anglosphere. And I'm certain that some Australian board game fans would have appreciated if they had the chance to participate in the crowdfunding. And now some people might argue that that will require translations. Well, English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish will cover most of the requirements. And translating the instructions manual, the quest books, and maybe the game cards won't be that much of a challenge. Some of you might now ask, why do you not just buy the regular item and be happy with it? Well, that's because I know that there had been a premium item and every potential customer should have had the chance to buy it. And for the discount price that Hasbro offered, not the price that Scalpers are asking for the item since its release. And yes, there is Hasbropulse UK and EU now, but those were established too late because the crowdfunding happened 2 years ago. And if they had included Europe, Australia and New Zealand as potential backers of their project, they could have exceeded $6 million easily. That would have paid the last 2 unlocks as well as any additional required translations. However, to say ignoring overseas markets made HeroQuest crowdfunding less successful than it could have been is an understatement. So Hasbro should consider either releasing the full product with all unlocks at retail for every customer, or at least start a new crowdfunding project and this time include the Europeans as well as the Australians and New Zealanders. And I do not care what people think about that their Mythic tier items won't be that exclusive anymore. If you had been in the US, good for you, but other people overseas would have wanted to have a chance as well. And by that, I don't mean eBay. The good news is there are plenty of fish in the sea. In the past, I had lots of fun with the Descent first and second edition. I haven't yet bought the new game, Legends of the Dark, but that's only a matter of time. There's the Dungeon Saga and many more for those board game dungeon crawler veterans. So I personally do not rely that much on HeroQuest, but I hope that someone at the executive floor at Hasbro with a sense of business, markets and profits, customer relations, might reconsider their idea of treating overseas customers as second-class customers. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.